Hey guys, what's up? This is King Fox, and I'm going to tell you guys my whole vanilla story, right? So I know tons of people have their vanilla stories, and there's some other YouTubers that made theirs. So I just felt that I wanted to actually tell mine, you know? Right now I'm on a classic server, and I am just testing out Hunter to see if I want to play Hunter. But all right, so when I first got WoW, it was the first kind of MMORPG on PC that I've ever played. Before that, I purely just played, I think it was Phantasy Star Online episode 1 and 2 for the Xbox until I found WoW. Once I found WoW, I was just like so excited. At the time I had a crap computer. It was called an E-machine, and I think my grandma and my father put together some money and bought it from Walmart. It was like a $300 computer, I believe at the time, maybe 400. It played RuneScape, but I had to play without the music or whatever. But I stumbled upon WoW at some point, and I remember my first time logging in. It was just crazy. It was crazy. Like the first time I actually logged into the game, I logged on a Tauren, and I don't remember what class it was, but everyone was doing the little Tauren dance, and I just thought it was crazy. I mean, there had to been, I'm talking about like 200 people in the starting area. Like it was so many people. Like I could barely move because I was just lagging so much. There were so many people, and I wish I knew the exact time or whatever that I started and stuff like that. I actually still have my first vanilla account. It's permanently banned, sadly. I'll make another video about that at some point, right? So when I actually decided to take the game serious, when I realized what type of game it was, you know, I played Phantasy Star Online previous to this on the Xbox, and I'm letting you guys know right now, when I played Phantasy Star Online, Phantasy Star episode 1 and 2, it was also for the Dreamcast. It was very grindy. I don't know if you guys ever played before it got like super hacked and stuff like that. I actually enjoyed the hacked version of it a lot better, right? But I played the non-hacked version for months and months and months, and I think I only got to like 60 something at that time. And guys, let me tell you, getting to 60 back then, legit, with no like hack weapons or modded weapons or anything like that, was so hard. So when I actually got to WoW, you know, I kind of understood what happened in Phantasy Star. Like I wasn't so young and naive that I didn't know that people had edited files and changed the way that Phantasy Star Online was at the time, so that I had a better understanding that other games wasn't going to be like that at all. So when I got to WoW, you know, it took me about 3 weeks or so to get to level 11, and I was playing a Night Elf Hunter at the time, which I thought was a Night Elf Warrior. I was not paying attention to things. I just picked a character I thought was cool, and I fought this other hunter, and he had a pet, and I thought he was a warrior, obviously, because I was a warrior and he had the same skills as me, but he had a pet, and I'm just like, well, why does this guy have a pet, right? And I'm just like, how's this guy just like one-shotting everything? He's just like kicking butt. Guys, I'm telling you, I was used to hardcore grinding from playing Phantasy Star Online, so I didn't mind. I grinded to level 11 in the Night Elf starter area right before Darnassus. Now, I knew about Darnassus. I've seen it several times or whatever, but every time I would try to actually enter the city or get close to the doorway, my computer would shut off. My computer was just not ready for the game at that time, guys. Absolutely sad. Oh wow, that's unfortunate. He put that thing down there so fast. Got him. So I at a certain point, I met this friend after playing the game for about a couple months, and I was gonna stop because I couldn't get past Darnassus. My computer just wasn't strong enough, and I didn't even know that was the problem. I thought the game was broken. I was on the forums complaining and crying on the forums, oh my god, you guys need to fix your game. I keep crashing, like this is so stupid. This doesn't happen in RuneScape. Mind you guys, the computer can barely play RuneScape. I had to play without the music in order to have a smooth gameplay. So that was funny. But anyway, long story short, this guy actually logs on to my account and gets me past Darnassus, and I get to see the rest of the world, and oh my god, I just fell in love with it. And it was the first game that actually like it convinced me that PC was the thing. Like MMORPGs were meant to be on PCs. It made me go and actually get a better computer, right? So now I have this better computer, and the guy actually was gonna play with some friends on a server called Dark Iron. So I decided to go join them and play Alliance. And it really wasn't my choice to start off as Alliance, which is kind of funny. It's just that that's what they were playing, and I never wanted to play Warrior, guys. This is the heartbreaking thing for me. A lot of my friends, even during BC and all that stuff, you know, would always ask me why I don't play Warrior anymore. And you know, I played it all vanilla, and I'm kind of let you guys know right now, I fucking hate Warrior, period. I hate Warrior. The reason why I ended up on Warrior, I wanted to play a Paladin or a Hunter or something like that, but they were all taking. And his group of friends that I came and joined these guys with, they had already picked all these classes. We were all starting off on this server together, all kind of like new. These were like his real life friends and stuff like that. And they had picked all the classes. There was nothing left but Warrior. And the only way I could play with them, you know, was to pick the Warrior, like, because everything else was taken. They were being very, you know, weird about it and stuff like that. And so long story short, because of that, I end up spending my whole vanilla life playing Warrior. Now, mind you guys, I played a bunch of like the private servers, not just private servers, but PTRs and stuff like that as well. And on the PTRs, when I would play with friends or whatever, and it's funny because that group I actually never really played with. I played with those guys for like 1 week and then never seen those guys again. Those guys kind of like quit the game and stuff. And the guys that were left over were toxic people that didn't really like me in the group anyway, you know. They already had their little tight-knit group of friends and stuff like that. So I end up playing most of the time like alone. I mean, I had like a couple friends here and there when I was playing WoW, and that was fun. But it wasn't until like a year later that I actually meet some really cool people and friends that I actually spent years with playing the game. Like we played all the way up until like RAF or something like that, maybe a little bit past RAF. Right, but I think we all lost contact around like Mr. Pandaria or something like that. But yeah, I played Warrior. I played a class that I didn't want to play, and vanilla, it was so hard to level up. You know, it took me like 6 months to even get, I think it took me like 6 months to even get to like 50 or something like that. It was really crazy, probably longer, to be honest. I know for like the first year things were kind of misty or whatever, but I love PvP. I used to go to the Crossroads every single day in PvP. Every day I would make that journey, and it was just the most fun thing that I've ever done in my life as far as like in games. Is this a road? What is going on here? Oh, yeah. Oh, this person's on our team. I was like, that is crazy. But yeah, that's why I don't like Warriors, guys. That's why I won't play Warriors in any game now. I'm burnt out. I burnt myself out. I played enough Warrior for a whole lifetime in vanilla. And, you know, it wasn't that Warrior was a bad class at all. I used to enjoy beating people up on it or whatever, but I just never, I always thought like mages, casters, hunters, and all that, all the range classes were so much more fun. And you would see them, and imagine like being in a group fight and stuff like that, right? And you're the only one that has to fully, solidly commit to a fight. Like when you charge in, that's it. When you charge in, you're either A, getting your butt whipped, or you're whipping someone else's butt. But the fact of the matter is, you're in the middle of things. If your friends decide to back out, they just roll out and leave you. I never liked that about it. And you know, I would see paladins and I would be jealous. I'm like, these guys are pretty much a warrior that can heal, and all the warriors from vanilla can contest to this. When you were playing a warrior, you were always low-key jealous of paladins. Like you were always annoyed with them. Like not just, it wasn't even like rogues, to be honest. Like I remember, I hate rogues as well, right? Being a warrior early on, whatever, rogues are annoying. They pop up on you when you're fighting mobs. They do all sorts of stuff. I never really had a lot of hard times fighting them, They're just a stressful fight, but I usually won majority of the fights. It was paladins, which I was kind of like jealous of. I'm like, these freaking bastards can just fight you, you kill them, you almost kill them, you get them to like 15% or so, right? And then they just like, oh, let me take care of this little guy. But oh, he's got a healer. Oh yeah, I ain't messing with that. That seems dangerous. Is there someone else down there fighting? Oh, there is. Oh no, he got a healer. I ain't messing with that. But you get them down to like 15% and they bubble, they heal up, and or they stun you and heal up, and they would do this several times during a fight. And when they finally got you after like freaking like 4 times of healing up, you were just so over it. You were just so pissed off. Oh my goodness, I've literally uninstalled the game several times over fighting paladins. Okay. It was just so annoying. I'm so glad I didn't have to fight them, you know, too much as far as like battlegrounds, because I was alliance, right? Rogues were annoying because they would reset fights and stuff like that, but I was always smart. I literally kept free action potions and all that type of stuff. I had even, there was some weapon or something like that that like did a whirlwind from like SM or whatever, had a chance to start whirlwinding or something like that. It was a very low chance, but sometimes that would like mess rogues up unless they stun you, then they would mess you up. But I just miss it, to be honest. Like I miss it, but I will never play warrior again. I don't miss warrior. I miss classic. I miss the whole idea of not knowing what the hell's going on. I miss the idea of things kind of not being like super hard, because I don't think it was super hard. I just think back then we didn't have like Google and stuff to give us all the answers for everything, right? But I don't want this to drag on too long. It's already an 11-minute video. I hope you guys enjoyed this story of why I don't play warrior. And yeah, peace out, guys. This has been King Vox. This is why I don't play warrior.